Trevor Sterling, a former detective who now marketed himself as an unresolved case consultant, stared intently at the file before him. It was file number AD02, a case sensationally dubbed by the media as the Mint disappearance. Mint real name, Meenakshi Rao, a 22-year-old art college student, had vanished abruptly from her small apartment about a year ago. What she left behind was baffling enough to stump the police. Locked room. The apartment was locked from the inside. There was no sign of forced entry. A small note. On her desk lay a handwritten note containing only one letter, Z. Untouched belongings, her purse, phone, and even her favorite gold chain were left behind. It didn't look like she had run away. Trevor flipped through the file. Several officers had worked the case, but all had failed to crack the mystery of Z. What was Z? A person? A place? Or a code? Trevor decided to speak to Mint's best friend, Neha. Neha recalled that Mint had been receiving strange phone calls in the months leading up to her disappearance. She kept saying, "Someone is watching me, Neha. Someone is watching my art. They want me to stop." Trevor visited Mint's art studio. Mint was an emerging graphic artist. Her paintings were often characterized by deep sadness and unsettling imagery. Her final and finished painting immediately caught Trevor's attention. On the canvas, a sketch of a girl was visible, her fingers curled in a strange gesture, as if signaling a letter. Trevor observed carefully. The fingers were forming the English letter I. If that was I, then what about Z? Trevor re-examined the photographs of Mint's room, the desk, the note with Z, and right below the note, an old, used black fountain pen lay on the surface. Suddenly, an idea flashed in his mind. He rushed back to Mint's apartment. He picked up the fountain pen and tried to rub a thin, almost invisible smudge on the letter Z on the note. It wasn't a smudge of ink. It was an indentation. Trevor turned the note over in the light. He noticed a faint, raised bump on the paper beneath the ink. He carefully folded the paper and looked at it from a specific angle. It wasn't a Z. When Mint had written the note, she must have pressed too hard on the pen. And because of that pressure, she had written another letter before the Z and quickly tried to cross it out. Trevor realized that Mint had attempted to write an entire word before her disappearance, but she panicked for some reason and only left the Z behind. But when he scrutinized the paper, the erased letter from the pressure of the pen became visible. That letter was I. Mint had tried to link her art, her final clue, the I in the painting, and the note to form a word. IZ. Trevor exclaimed. IZ, it's a location. He immediately accessed the police database. A place starting with is. He found it right away. It's Satnagar. It was a small, desolate town about 300 kilometers from the city, where one of Mint's art college professors, Zahid, had an old studio. Zahid was the person Mint had confided in about her art, and who wanted her to stop. The next day, the police raided Professor Zahid's studio in Satnagar. Mint was not there, but they found her phone, pieces of her clothing, and sketches of Mint's paintings, upon which Zahid had scrawled in red ink, "You will never finish." Mint was still missing, but the mystery of Z was solved. Professor Zahid was arrested, and the story of Mint's mysterious disappearance, thanks to the subtle indentation of a fountain pen, finally found its direction. Although Mint's location remained unknown, Trevor Sterling closed the Unsolved Dossier 2 and added a note. Conclusion. Z stood for Zahid, the professor who threatened Mint over her art. Her final and finished word was Satnagar. We now know from where she vanished. The next question is why and where to. The file was not closed. It was merely marked for the next phase.